and to inspire people. And I hope this conversation inspires people. The difficultness of life is not knowing what's going to be around the corner every time we wake up, every time we walk down the road, every time we switch on our mobile phone, make a cup of tea, open our doors, go to work. There is so much in this world that we just don't know, and that's okay. But at the same time, um, you know, we've got to fight back against the devil. And I'm afraid to say the devil is real. He does exist. Um, but I know through my own personal experiences and personal um, life, I've had so many bad things happen to me, but equally I've had some really good things happen to me. And it's been a challenge for sure. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm going to give up with life, because why would I want to give up with life? I've got a roof over my head. I'm grateful for that. I've got, some clothes. I have a little bit of money in the bank. I don't have a lot of money. I don't really need a lot of money. I don't live my life for money. But some people, that's a problem. Excuse me. One of the problems about life and why life is difficult for a lot of people is that they will continue to have many desires, and they make it hard for themselves. They make it hard because if you keep wanting, wanting, and wanting, and wanting, I want 1 million Instagram followers. I want to be a multi-millionaire. These are things that we desire that make our lives more difficult, because in our heart is sinful, because the human mind and the heart will always want more than what they can have. It doesn't mean that we're all bad people, but nobody on this planet is capable of living a perfect life. So, in order for us to learn to be a better person and to overthrow why life was difficult, we need to get to our point of self-realization. Self-realization is really about you understanding that you can do things on your own without regret. You can make mistakes without regret. You can be happy without regret. And also accepting that you need help sometimes, because a lot of people fall down in life and struggle when they don't know, they don't ask for help. Help might be there, help might not be there, but if you don't ask, you don't get. And I think that's an important concept to learn when we talk about helping others in their journey in life, because we're living in a very difficult time at the moment, and we're more stressed and angry than ever. So that creates a big problem for all of us. It creates a sense of, you know what, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And people wake up every single day and have that fear in their heart. It might be because they're living in a war-torn country, or they're poor, or they're receiving violence, or something like that. There are more problems in this world than there were 10, 20, 30, 50 years ago. Some people might disagree with me, but the science is clear. We're more stressed now than ever. And it creates a kind of matrix that we are in a matrix. We're not living in the real world because it's a dark world. And that creates a lot of bad mental well-being problems for all of us. It's difficult as we wake up every single day and we turn on the news and we say, you know what, I'm not happy. You're not happy because of a multitude of different things and beliefs about, I just don't know what to do anymore. I need help. So we call out for help and we say to each other, I need something. I need a better life. And the life that I live today and have today, I'm thankful to God first. Amen to that. But I know I still struggle, like most people. But I'm honest about my feelings, and I think that one of the fundamental flaws of human or mankind is that because we're not honest with ourselves, that's when we find difficulty, and we're not able to become a better person and progress through life because we're struggling so much with our mental well-being. And sadly, in a big large world, we don't have what I call good emotional intelligence education, where in school and colleges you get taught, you don't, but I wish we do, how to look after your emotions. Because if you're not taught how to look after and manage your emotions until the problem happens, then you'll progress through life a little bit harder or more harder. And we're all in that state, really, to be honest with you, because we ask for help after something has happened, or maybe during the process, which is a good thing. But I think that life is difficult because we wait until the moments that we need help, and we say, you know what, I need help, and then we're scratching the surface, trying to find ways that something can help us, whether it's the GP, our friend, and we don't always have access to services. I get that. So we're creating a false impression on ourselves to say, I'm struggling, I'm struggling, I'm struggling, I need help, but I can't get it. And there's a lot of people in this world that feel that way. I don't feel that way because I understand my emotions. I'm very good at my emotional intelligence. But I know there's a lot of people out there suffering. And we're living in this world at the moment where we've got two wars in Europe, people are dying daily, knife crime is going up, domestic violence crime is going up. And it's like, please turn the button off. I'm struggling. I need help. And, it's not the saying that the best way to help yourself is to help yourself. You need education. You need someone to turn around to you and say, look, this is how you do it. You sit down, you meditate, and you can take mindfulness lessons. You can go for a walk. That's good. That's fantastic. But more important than that, I truly believe in this, that we all need to be a lot more thankful. We need to be a lot more thankful about every little thing that we have in life, because you know what? There's always someone more worse out than you. Now, I'm not saying as you go through your emotions and when you find life is difficult, you should be just think, you know what? I'm just going to keep busy, which is the wrong thing to do. We need to get to ourselves a state of appreciation, to pat ourselves down, feel comfort, and put our arms around us, snug ourselves up a little bit and say, you know what, I need to start taking care of my mental fitness, because at the moment, you know what, I'm not doing well. That's the honesty we need to ourselves. And I give it real to you right here on my podcast. And I say to you, look, at the end of the day, I keep saying this, I said this 1,000 times, I'm going to have to say it 10,000 more times. We get one life on this planet. And everybody struggles at some stage during their life. We all have stress and we all have anxiety. It doesn't mean we're a bad person. Some of us have done crime. I've done bad things. And sometimes we go through life and we self-punish ourselves and we say, you know what? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I messed up. And only this week I felt like I upset a young girl. And I kind of, ripped into myself a little bit and said, Steve, what's going on? But I sat down, I processed it, and I thought I felt better about myself. And I thought, you know what? I am only human. But we're not very good. We're really not very good at telling ourselves that we are human. And sometimes it's a friend or family or a relative or somebody in the street even tell us to say, look, it's okay, you messed up. Don't worry too much about it, even though we have to do a bit more work around that. Let me be there for you. Yeah. We need to get back to, if it was, a society where we say to each other, let me be there for you, and not just your friends and family. I'm talking about people in the community. We need to wake up and shake up, because at the end of the day, crime is going up everywhere, and there's so much. The global suicide rates are going up. Every 40 seconds, somebody sadly takes their life. It's a sad world, and I'm giving it to you real right here today. I'm trying to, bring people together. And tomorrow, I'm so excited about my new community wellbeing club here in Eastbourne, a humble, small seaside town where people go about their daily life. Crime down here is even going up. I can see it. I can hear it on the street on a daily basis. There is more anger in this world than there ever was. We had wars before, 100 years ago, Roman Empire, there was wars everywhere. Violence is always going to be there. But we're now living in a new war of era where weapons of mass destruction and loads of different things are at risk, more lives are at risk from climate change. And sadly, we will lose more lives to climate change than any other thing. But we can do something about that. We can do something about our mental well-being. We can work together. We can be grateful. We can step back. We can use innovation, and we can say to each other, you know what, I'm not going to give up today, because you know what, my life is a bit difficult. I've got an illness for some of us, but I have hope. And a lot of people ask me, Steve, how have you got through all the stuff that you've been through? And I always say the same answer, the word hope. Have hope to know that the future is going to be okay. Have hope to know that you're going to work things out. Just have a little bit of hope in yourself. You're going to need help for sure. Whatever you've been through, whatever you're going through, whatever you want to learn. But hope is a magical word, trust me. I've held on to that belief for a long time, and I'm still here. And the devil wants me, but he can't have me. I am saved, and I'm not preaching it. I'm just saying, look, I'm not Superman. I really am not. And nor are you, you're not Superwoman either. We all have feelings. We all have pain, hate, and suffering. It's not the hate that gets to us. It's the suffering. It's being a victim. I've been a victim for many times in my life. And not only the other day, I've shared this story all week. I went to Tesco's, order a coffee, and somebody behind me got aggressive, and I walked away. I said, have a good day, because I refused to get into violence, and violence solves nothing. Only last night, watching our program, knife crime in the UK is going up, sadly. I've been saying this for a couple of years. I've been watching the data. We're getting more angry because we don't know how to deal with our emotions, and we're finding life more difficult than ever because we don't know how to process our fears and anxieties. Yes, the media haven't done a brilliant job, but you can't blame the media or the government for everything. We need to take responsibility. We need to have more empathy in this world. Empathy being the number one leadership skill. And my very, very humble Empathy Leadership magazine offers a small pathway for those that want to improve their empathy in action skills. What does that mean? It means that you don't judge people. You sit down with them and you listen to their problem. Because if you don't listen to their problem, how can you expect you to get help when something goes wrong in your life? I'm giving it to you real here on News for You, because at the end of the day, I don't think we've got longer left on this planet. I really don't. Not to be too religious again, but the book of Revelation does say the world is going to burn. And even if you're not a believer, just look at climate change. Things are worse than ever. But I want you to have hope. I don't want to end my show on a negative. I want you to smile. At least try, because the science is when we smile in our voice, it sends a chemical signal through our body to let us know that we are okay, just a little bit better than what we was 5 minutes ago. I can't be an expert in everything, but I can be real with you my thoughts. And my thought is to you for today is to have hope for the future. And I know some of you are really scared about going outside your door and facing the world today. That is a shame and it upsets me as a person because I want to give hope to many people here on this podcast because as we watch other news programs and media and read news articles, it's always bad news. War here, pain now, people want more pay. When are we going to start to live in an era of happiness? Now, I know some biblical truths, which I won't go into detail, but I know earthquakes are real, family's real, that won't stop. But we can work together. We can have hope for the future to understand that life does not have to be difficult. It is difficult, but then if we work together, collaborate, help one another, love one another, as the Bible says, we can do a lot more in this world. You don't have to be a believer. And I encourage anybody to get to a local church and start living their life for the Creator and not for themselves. Look at the war in Ukraine. Look what's happening. One man wants to invade another country. Many lives have been lost. We can't have this situation no more. We're hurting each other. We're killing each other. There is so much anger in this world, and it frustrates me because I see pain. I suffered as a child. I've been a victim so many times. Please, 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 take time to not to judge other people. Take time to get to know that person. We've all got a story. We all need help. People go to prison every single day, and people argue that we need better laws. I say I second that, but I also say, you know what? We need to have better love for each other. We need better systems. And I understand, like for instance, here in the UK, the Stop the Boats campaign is just not going to work. It's the worst campaign I've ever seen in my life. Sending people away to a third world or another country isn't going to do the job. People are getting oppressed all over this world. In 2016, I think I'm right here from a statistic, 110 million people, up to date now, a little bit more, 110 million people across this world have been displaced from one part of that world to another. What does that mean? It means we want to hurt each other so much, more now ever than history. And I sincerely hope that we don't go into a war because things are kicking off left, right, and centre. We're very close to it, I can tell you. As a former British Army reservist, I can tell you we're pretty close to it. It is speculation because we don't know, but from what I've seen so far, because of the anger and frustration with a lot of people, you look at knife crime, you look at domestic crime, and now you look at the wars that we have at the moment. We are in dark waters, friends. We really are. But I want to be positive with you. I try to be at least, to give you that little bit of hope to know that the future is going to be a little bit better if you work on your mental fitness and try to be safe up here. I said it a couple of years ago. I said it online. I said it then. I said, look, climate change, war, cybercrime, hate, pain, suffering, killing, it's going to get worse and worse. And the one thing you need to do to look after yourself and your friends, your family, your neighbours, the strangers in the street is this. Your thoughts up here, your mental fitness. This is so important because without this, what are we? We're scared, we're hungry. You don't have to be rich to be happy in this world. Be grateful for the things you do have. I'm grateful to God that I've got a roof over my head. I've got a little bit of food in a cupboard and a little bit of money in the bank. And some people are living on 2/3 of the world are living on less than $5 a day. Come on, friends, wake up. Everybody in UK is screaming and screaming that they want to have more money, more pay. Have you had any thoughts about people that are suffering in other parts of the world? We are blessed in the UK. We have problems. We're not a perfect country. And you know why we're not a perfect country? Because we don't live in a perfect world. Stop living your life for yourself and start serving others. Become a servant leader. What does that mean? It means that your purpose is that you serve other people, and the idea is through that process you're going to be more happy. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Thank you so much. I'm going to end today's show on a positive and just thank everybody for following me, believing in me, and watching my content. It's always a hard battle. It's never easy online. Sometimes you get some nasty comments, and today I've been fortunate to be on a positive. It's Friday. I'm here to reflect with you about the world and my week as well, because I'm human too, and I think sometimes we forget that we're all human. As I approach my near 50s, believe it or not, I am happy. I'm happy that I'm alive, and I'm happy that I've got some friends that really care about me, and I care about them. And I care about this world because that's what God intended me to do, to serve others, not through sight, but in faith. My desire is not to be rich and famous. And if ever do come into money, my businesses, I just go back to the people and help people live a better life and have hope. Don't give up on life because you are important. You are loved in this world and I love you. Learn to love yourself by serving your community, finding out what you're good at. And the only way we get to find out what we're good at is experimentation. Have 100 jobs and not one job. Because, life can be up and down like a roller coaster from when a 10, 20, 30, 50, and 60. Believe in yourself, believe in other people. Stop judging others and help others. That's the power of living, folks. I bid you good night, good afternoon. Have a great weekend. Join me here on the show next time whenever I go live. Follow me and you'll get notified when I go live. Thank you so much. Goodbye. God bless.